Is this thing going? All right. All right, we are live. Sorry. Trying to wait for the feed to make sure everything's kicking in right. Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. Damn. That was one long freaking match. Let's do this. Oh yeah. So that was Backlash. Oh, and as I talk about this, give me your thoughts by all means. And it's whatever opinion. You don't have to agree with me because my opinions are going to be all over the place for this one. Eugene Evans. Oh, excuse me. You made me snort. Damn. Main event clocked in at 44:45. Yeah, I figured it was at least 45, 50 minutes. Entrances. I don't know if that's including entrances or ring or ring bell. I don't know. Sub Brian. Bell's boys in here. Swag fan. William Gardner piping in. Cheers. Smash This Podcast. Oh man. Let's just let's talk about the elephant in the room real quick. The greatest match ever. Greatest match of all time. All I gotta say is that was exhausting again. It by far was better than their WrestleMania match. Okay? By far. I'll say that much. Constructively criticizing this, could have done without all the enhancements. All it did was make me want the crowds back even more, and God knows we're not going to get them anytime soon. And if you guys know my reviews for Impact Wrestling and TNA, you know that I cannot stand piped in crowd noise. Why did you do this? The whole intro. If you want to do something to the crowd noise that is actually there and amplify it a little bit, like enhance that I'm okay with. But don't pipe in arena noise. That did not make this the greatest match ever. By any means. No, it did not. And now it was reported right before the pay-per-view started that, Edge is injured? I didn't read the headline. Let me go to our trusty old ringsidenews.com. Let's see here. No, I don't want trending. Rusev is ripping on them. Okay, no, that's not what I want. Quiet computer. Why am I not seeing the Edge thing? Extreme Rules? Yeah, Extreme Rules is right after Slammiversary, which is interesting. So now you guys know why Slammiversary is on a Saturday and not a Sunday, because they obviously heard about Extreme Rules. Uh, Interesting, but they want to get the jump on the free agency. Okay, so here's the headline. Let's see here. Oh dear God, what happened to the picture? It's all stretched out and weird. Ringside News exclusively reported that Edge versus Randy Orton was rushed to have a match at Backlash, previously planned. Called for, they wanted to have a SummerSlam thing. Fightful is reporting that there are currently murmurs that Edge suffered injury during his Backlash. Okay. Now, Brian Alvarez, I'm surprised that's not in here, because Brian Alvarez put out a tweet literally right before the pay-per-view that he's injured, and then the full report was coming soon on the website. Zach Pana for enhancements? Just Viagra. Oh my God. Has WWE ever done that before? You mean claimed a greatest match ever? I don't know what you're saying. What have they done? What? You like the opening match and then I hear you. Bill's boy says, I'm just glad Bailey and Sasha retained the titles. They should have never lost it to begin with. Okay. I hear you. I'm sure there were a few out there rooting for the Iconics. You never know. Uncle, I don't like the WWE anymore. I fast forward through Raw and SmackDown, but all your shows are awesome. Too awesome to pass up. Well, thank you, Paul. I love you too, man. You're a good and devout viewer. I appreciate it, man. 5, this is awesome. Yeah, whether it came from the people surrounding the area or piped in, yes, yeah. They even piped in a few holy shits. Yeah, that was funny. Going from a murmur of full arena, hearing chants from 50 people that, yeah, it was taped last week. Yeah, it was. It was all, these are all pre-taped. None of this is live anymore. Drew and Lashley. 2020 is not as good as Drew and Lashley of 2016. I'd have to look at that. I know that if you go to the Impact Wrestling YouTube channel, they just put up that match in light of this one happening, which is funny. I didn't watch it. I forget their match. I'm sorry. It's been a few years, but I know they wrestled. How was the pay-per-view? You didn't watch Styles? It was okay. It was okay. I'm glad I watched it because some of my favorites are still on this show. I was curious to see what they were going to do with some of these, but there were some very painful moments here. Very, very painful moments. Drew versus Lashley killed it. Drew almost did a tombstone skin. Got to give credit to Edge, his second singles match in nearly a decade. Yeah, and now he's done for God knows how long. It's sad. It's really sad. It's like you didn't have to put your body through that. You didn't have to do that this time, Edge. You could have wrestled half that time. You could have wrestled 30 minutes. You could have wrestled 20 minutes and put on a damn good match, and we would have been happy. And now he's going to be out for God knows how long. It's sad. Look at how long Brian Cage was out. And he's not even close to Edge's age. Watch the Impact flashback, Jabo. I will. I stopped watching WWE products again. Oh, Styles. No, it's okay. I barely watched you. I watched the specials on the network. By the way, I know I have some catching up to do on the Undertaker stuff. I started watching number 2 today. They're launching number 4 currently as we're doing this. So yeah, I got some catching up to do, but I am going to review those because I think those are pretty damn cool. Undertaker special. No matter what brand you watch, you know that the Undertaker's something special. So yeah, I don't watch Raw and I barely watch SmackDown. So yeah, I don't have a dozen hours in a week to watch WWE. I just don't. It's way too much. It's ridiculous. You have 15,000 brands and 100 hours a week. Can't fucking do it. Drew versus Lashley 2016 was a great match. I remember it. All right. Get ready for Fyter Fest. Get Jericho and Sammy versus Omega and him. My money's anniversary. Here we come. Yeah, I mean, there's some good stuff coming up. Excuse me. All right. So yeah, Edge versus Orton was a good match. Too long. They did tell a good story, but all the enhancements, honestly, in my opinion, took away from it. You didn't need it. You didn't need the 50-foot snake head at the beginning, all the 3D bullshit. You didn't need 20,000 look, Def Leppard wants their lights back. Okay, Orton, Def Leppard wants their lights back. You didn't need all that. That was crazy. Let's just work our way backwards here, because we're gonna end up with what I thought was by far the funniest, most entertaining part of the night, and you can hate me for it. I don't care. Viking Profits, 3 letters, WTF. That's all I got. Fighting ninjas, fighting each other, laughing, and then there was like the Star Wars monster in the trash compactor came back. Seriously, I actually wanted to see a match. We didn't get a match. We got buffoonery. That was just sad. I got nothing. It just was really disappointing. I didn't like it. I didn't laugh. I'm glad I didn't watch the stuff leading up to it, because that looked like it was even worse. I had to bail on that one. Did Fonzie jump the shark? Yeah, that was pretty much it. Yeah, you nailed it on the head. All right, that's enough about that nonsense. WWE Championship. Now, this, in my opinion, was match of the evening. I also enjoyed Andrade versus Apollo a lot, but this was probably match of the evening. They told a decent story. MVP. I really enjoyed MVP. I know I've been missing a lot of the weekly stuff, but I know how they've been using MVP, and I'm glad they're using him this way. It's probably the best thing you could do for a guy like Bobby Lashley. At least they don't have Bobby Lashley bending over and trying to insert his fingers up his anus, which was what he was doing when he was with Leo Rush. So thank God they've improved that in that sense as far as using Bobby Lashley. They're using him like a monster. I don't think they're using him like a joke anymore. Excuse me. Damn. The stuff with Lana, I mean, I feel bad for Lana because her husband's not there anymore, and that's where she should be. She should be with him. So is this it for her? I don't know. I've heard she's been putting a lot of, what do they call that shit now? Thirst trap? I'm getting too old. What in the blue hell is a thirst trap? That like I'm thirsty and you're gonna box me in with beer? Is that a thirst trap? I try to keep up with all the hip lingo, and some of it just escapes me apparently. To quote my good buddy Sean Ross Sapp, hair flip, gross. Okay, next. We got the Universal title on the line. Miz and Morrison versus Braun Strowman, Universal Champion. No matter if you thought it was ridiculous or not, I was still rooting for Morrison. He was this close to getting it, and then Miz screwed it up for him. So I honestly can't wait to see where that goes. Is it going to make me really want to watch Raw to find out? Or no, excuse me, that actually is SmackDown, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Sorry. But yeah, this was fun. There was some comedy in it. I enjoyed the flashback moment where they, the stuff leading up to this, and they were in the van and they were trying to, get him and, prank him and get in his head and all that kind of stuff. I've always liked Morrison and Miz. Okay. So that degree of comedy and shenanigans I can handle. I appreciate that. But when you start putting Star Wars 1979 tentacle monster in a bright blue trash can and then, I don't know, man, it was like a bad acid trip. I hate to go back to the whole Viking Prophets thing, but that really was I've never done acid in my life. I had one bad year with Mary Jane. And I don't even remember ever tripping out like that. Just, man, I mean, they need to seriously test some of these writers. It's kind of scary what the hell they're putting on TV now. Jeez Louise. Jiminy Christmas. There you go. Oh, that definitely deserved a Jiminy Christmas. Braun Strowman retained here. Damn it, Morrison, you were this close. Next, we have Nia Jax versus Asuka. I ate a lot of lasagna for dinner, so this is the point where my food coma kicked in, so I accidentally took a nap during this one. And that's not to insult Asuka and or Nia Jax, okay? I struggled. I zonked out for part of it. And then I woke up to a double count out. And I'm like, okay, because I didn't miss nothing. It double count out, really? I hate count outs. Now you're gonna throw a double count out? What did that do for anyone? I mean, that didn't do anything for anyone. That's just ridiculous. No matter what kind of buildup it was. Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus was decent. Really confused by the whole. Usually, in classic wrestling writing, you've got, oh, the bad guy did all this stuff to the baby, the heel did all this stuff to the baby face. Now the baby face has to figure out how to like move on and continue and all this stuff. While the heel just keeps digging at him and digging at him and digging at him. And so in a match like this, normally, no, it's not always, but normally the baby face gets one up then on the heel. You know, that's what I was expecting. Like, oh, he did all this stuff to Jeff Hardy. You feel bad for Jeff Hardy. Whether you like the storyline or not, I personally didn't either, because I'm guessing most of you didn't who watched it. It's in very bad taste to do that to Jeff. It's not entertaining. It's insulting. It's humiliating. It's whatever. But when Sheamus won, I was really kind of just scratching my head like, wow, man, that really should have went to Jeff. So does that mean that this is going to continue, or, you know, or is this just because Matt didn't resign? Now we're just going to bury your brother until his contract is up? You know, it's nothing surprises me anymore with this company, honestly. You know, if you're going to run that kind of storyline and then just bury him, you buried Matt. Why not? You know, especially if you know that they're not resigning. Just, you know, just shit on him. Big pile of shit. You know, it's proper. It's what you always do. WWE Women's Tag Team titles. This one was all over the place. This one was okay. Nothing like, oh my God, tremendous. A lot of false finishes, which were just kind of looked like shenanigans after a while. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross versus Peyton Royce and Billie Kay. The Iconics. I can't do the whole hip thing. I'm not that sexy. Versus the champs, Bayley and Sasha Banks. Bayley and Sasha Banks retain. It was cool to see the Iconics back, but you really didn't think they were going to win because I don't think they've been on TV much. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Whatever, but WWE can be very salty. Oh, so salty. Like pour the whole, you know, thing of salt on, right? Mega salty. Saltomania, brother. And then the pre-show, you had the United States Championship on the line. Andrade versus Apollo Crews defending. Andrade had Zelina Vega and Garza Jr. there. Kevin Owens was at ringside, kind of keeping an eye on Garza Jr. Lovely Ty Owens, really, you know, added to the character. You know, it gave Owens a little bit of class. You know, it really did. Apollo Crews retained here. And this was a decent match for a pre-show, and I'm happy for Apollo. He's been in the company for a while, and I don't think he's had a championship. I'm pretty sure this is his first one. Yes, Humble Beast, I am. Absolutely. So yeah, that's working my way backwards. That is the show. In the pre-show, they showed the hey hey hey, ho ho, whatever. The pop video. It was just, I laughed. I said to my wife, who was sitting next to me on the couch, I was like, you know, what Corey Graves is talking about Grammy stuff, it could very well be. They could get, you know, Grammy for what, pop single, record of the year, maybe. Might even talk about it during, J Bone's Jacked Up Jukebox. I kid. No, I thought it was funny. I thought it was entertaining. It was better than that video that they put out. Honestly, was better than the entire Viking Prophets segment. So thank you, Miz and Morrison, for bringing us that level of entertainment. I appreciate it. So yeah, I mean this really was. I'm going to give this a C plus. Okay, I'll give it a C plus because there were some good matches during this that were entertaining. Edge and Orton was a good match. Too long though. Too long. Too enhanced and too long. Lashley versus McIntyre was very good. And I even enjoyed Hardy and Sheamus. I didn't dig the ending, but that doesn't take away from the match. The match was good. The back and forth, I liked it. It just looked like Hardy just never got going in it. And the pre-show match, and it's like, oh well, what about the women? Well, what about the women? I don't know. The one I accidentally fell asleep during, so I really can't say nothing about it other than the ending, and that those kind of endings just suck, and then the first one was just craziness. So yeah, I mean there were ups and downs in this pay-per-view. I'm not going to shit all over it because like I said, I still have my favorites in this company and I do enjoy watching them once in a while. Do I watch the weekly stuff on a regular basis? No, I don't, because I just do not have the intestinal fortitude to watch that much programming from the WWE. I'm starting to watch a little bit more NXT because I feel like they're doing decent, and there are some on there that I really want to see. And I watch the occasional SmackDown. I want to see what they do with Riddle because I really enjoy Riddle. I've enjoyed Riddle for a few years now. So yeah. What's up, Terrence Sullivan? The double countout was lame in the 80s, and it's very lame in 2020. Yeah, I didn't like it as a kid either. I totally didn't. I didn't understand that. I'm like, what the heck? What, you guys can't count? Get the hell in the ring. You know what I'm saying? But yes, I am pulling double duty. I will be live in just less than a half an hour with the guys doing the Impact Weekly Plus. But I did want to get on here and talk about it, even though this pay-per-view, I tell you. Yes, I'll be there, Paul. I got it all set up. I told the guys, I said, I'll get it set up and I'll do my thing and then I'll join you. So they know what's going on. They know. Critical Stings, random thoughts. The Raw Tag Division is one misstep away from being on the same level of the MLW Women's Division. It's damn close. Damn close. Because the MLW's Women's Division has one woman. For those of you not keeping track, yeah, I looked at the roster the other day. One woman. There's nothing to say about it. It's sad. It's really sad. Oh yeah, we're getting a women's division. Yeah. It's over 6 months later. Okay, next. By the way, scroll up if you need clarity on thirst traps. Thirst traps. Thirst traps. All right, I'll look later. Thank you, though. Thank you. No, I know what they are. It's just the names they come up with. Some of this stuff is just really funny. Eugene Evans, what's up? I hate double countouts, especially in title matches. Yeah, right? Yeah, that is disappointing. You want just an even fought fight, one winner, one loser, you know? Besides last man standing when it's count out in the pay-per-view. We are right. Damn close to AEW Women's Division 2. Yeah, they've had their ups and downs. Yeah, we've talked about that. So yeah. Did this get released? She's super unsafe. It's all just okay. Whenever there's a slow news day, people make up shit to complain about Nia Jax. Did you notice that? So and so got injured, and all of a sudden, quietly, you hear it released like a couple days later. She's not really injured. She's okay. It's it's like, oh, it's Seth Rollins. He's on top of the heap. Why is he still on top of the heat if he's so unsafe? Half of it's BS, guys. Don't worry about it. Statlander, yeah, I heard about that. That is really sad. That is sad. She is absolutely one of the best in that division. All right, so we're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna take a little break. It's my last beer. Damn. Well, at least I still have these guys, right? Plenty of those. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Backlash. I'm sorry if it sounds like a half-assed review, but I wanted to at least watch it and then figure, well, I'm watching it. I'll talk about it. So there you go. I am curious about a few of the storylines going forward, but we'll see. I'm not going to put a whole lot of time and effort into it. I'll watch my regular stuff, my AEWs. I'll check out some NXT and the fallout of the NXT takeover stuff, see what's next, and I'll watch my network specials. Besides all the TNI Impact stuff that we do. So yeah. Yeah, and as we get out of here, don't forget there is a link for the merch in the description. Please go check that out when you have time. If you're so interested to help support the brand of Smash This Podcast, where we're smashing all things wrestling. And on your way out, don't forget to smash that like button, smash that sub button, and ring that bell for notifications so that you know when more of my content hits your screen. Later, folks. See you in 20 over on TNI. See you.